A young student asked the Zen master, "How can I achieve peace and wisdom?" The master smiled and said, "First, learn to quiet your mind." The student, puzzled, asked, "How do I quiet my mind?" The master replied, "Go beyond words. Embrace silence." The master asked the student to walk through a forest. As they strolled among the trees in deep silence, the master suddenly asked, "What do you hear?" The student replied, "The rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds." The master smiled and said, "Listen deeper." After listening for a while, the student said, "I hear nothing more." The master replied, "Learn to hear the silence. The real answers lie beyond the noise." The master led the student to a waterfall and said, "This waterfall makes noise, yet it is peaceful. Let your mind flow like this, neither resisting nor clinging." The student said, "But the sound of the waterfall distracts me." The master replied, "You are focusing on your thoughts, not the silence. Go beyond your mind." The master said, "Let us go to another place." They climbed a hilltop. The master said, "Now focus only on your breath. Forget the world." The student closed his eyes and began to take deep breaths. He felt the tranquility of the hill seep into his soul. The master said, "This is your first taste of silence." After a while, the student opened his eyes and said, "Even in silence, there is sound." The master replied, "The sounds you hear are your thoughts. Let them flow." The master told the student to immerse himself in deep silence. Hours passed, but the student now began to feel calm. For the first time, he experienced peace inside and out. The student asked, "Is silence always pleasant?" The master said, "No. It reveals the truth within you. It confronts both joy and pain." The master said, "Silence is a mirror. It reflects your thoughts, fears, and dreams. But if you embrace it, it will set you free." The student asked, "Is silence the gateway to wisdom?" The master replied, "Silence is where all answers lie, but they can only be felt, not spoken." As the student meditated, he noticed his thoughts fading. The master said, "When thoughts cease, peace begins." The student felt his worries dissolving. The master said, "You didn't embrace silence, silence embraced you. This is its power." The master said, "Make space for silence in your life. It is the greatest teacher. By embracing silence, you can understand your soul. This is your journey.